It's my morning voice. I can't even try and mask it. I'm not even gonna try and mask it. It's my morning voice. Good morning. It's hardly even morning, bro. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like 5 minutes to noon. And I still got this morning voice on because I'm realizing kind of right now ish that like I have not talked today. I mean, I'll go days without talking to people. Um Doing van life, that's just kind of how it is, but this morning, I guess I didn't even rant to myself this morning. I just kind of was just in peace. It's just been very peaceful. And I've been high too. I've been smoking. I haven't had much to say, not even to myself. Not even to myself. Welcome back to the Chandie Speaks podcast. It's your girl, Chandie. This is going to be for Wednesday. Gotta remember to talk up on the mic. Wednesday, January the 14th, 2026, which still sounds weird to say. We are first 2 weeks in to the new year, which doesn't even really feel like, I don't know. It's been a very peaceful couple weeks, at least from where I'm seeing it. Got a lot of shit going on in the news. See, I got off of TikTok like a couple months ago, I think, at this point. Yeah, like 2 months ago. I got off of TikTok. I'm not on social media like that, so I hardly ever get the bad news when it comes in, and I don't really like feeding my brain with all that shit. I know I'm not trying to sound insensitive, like I don't care what's going on, and I'm not trying to sound ignorant, like I don't know what's going on. I vaguely have an idea of what's going on, usually like all the time, and I kind of like it like that. Like shit hasn't changed over here. We still gotta go to work and pay bitch ass bills, you know. But shit's going down in the news. Is that what we're gonna get into? This might be a depressing. Is this gonna be a depressing episode? No, I don't want to say that. That's kind of strong. I'm not really affected by this shit. Is that weird for me to say that I'm not affected by the things that's going on in the world? At least not directly. At least not right now. I don't have any kids. I don't have any assets. I'm literally just doing what I was doing every other day of the year. But and I got a homegirl out in Guyana right now. It's so weird that I didn't even hear or know about Guyana. I would say most of the world didn't even know about Guyana within this last like decade. And it's so crazy, kind of tripping me how I just heard about it the same year like all of this stuff is happening. And like I said, I vaguely have an idea of what's going on with everything. So yeah, I might sound ignorant, but basically, from my understanding, oil was discovered out there. Guyana's like this little small fucking country in South America right on the coast, and it's right next to Big Brother Venezuela, which I didn't realize the turbulent relationship that Venezuela had with Guyana until after I was talking to actual people out there, like my homegirl Rochelle. Yeah, man, I don't fucking know. Where are my notes? There's some shit going out in Venezuela right now that's right next door to Guyana. Guyana just discovered oil. Not just discovered oil, but they're getting more and more money and involvement with all this political shit. And, it's crazy how, my homegirl Rochelle, she's still living her basic life. Her and everyone she knows, for the most part, shit ain't changed for them. And they're in it. So this is mostly just for the rich people. I don't know. I could sound ignorant. So shit happened this weekend, and I didn't even bother looking it up. That's my intro, you guys. There's world news that I didn't even bother looking up. Should we do that now? Venezuela president kidnapped. That's in my notes. Is that true? I'm just going to do a soft search of Venezuela. How Maduro's removal could help China in Venezuela and Latin America is a headline for Bloomberg. I'm not tapping on any of this shit. I don't follow the news. This all seems like it's part of the show, but it does seem kind of wild. I don't know like the details, but it does seem kind of wild that we're able to just kidnap a fucking political figure from another country, saying that it's like democracy or that we're trying to be fair or help people or anything like that. I think it's just wrong to kidnap people. That's just crazy. Whatever happened to due process and yada yada yada. Am I talking to the wrong? I'm not a political person, so I don't even know what the hell this is about. But what is it ever okay to like kidnap political figures? Like, that's wild. Can you imagine if it was the other way around? I don't know. That's what's going on in Venezuela, and that's right next door to Guyana. And then that's literally as far as I went into it, because I don't need to get into it. I'm not really trying to be a political thing, really, because I don't really put my energy into it too much. I don't know, maybe I should, but it feels like the people who are just always mad. Left, right, doesn't matter. It seems like somebody's always mad and trying to tell somebody how to live their life and how to feel and how to be. So I don't do any of that. I don't participate in any of that. So, I mean, my heart goes out to people who are killed. Apparently there were a lot of ICE shootings this past week. And this is me, like I said, being vaguely ignorant. Like, I don't care. Like, I care and I don't care. But this is me, like, really kind of not knowing. Being oblivious, kind of like Winnie the Pooh-esque. Like, I care, but I don't really care. But from my understanding, ICE supposedly is like some immigration thing. Like, supposed to be going around and, in theory, like, rounding up all the illegal immigrants. I could totally be missing that entirely. But there was a lot of ICE shootings around America this past week that, it came across one of my feeds, and I couldn't help but, like, okay, let me jot that down as a note and try and do a little bit of research, but not too much to where it's feel like it's draining my time and my energy. And it's not really directly affecting me. Maybe that makes me sound like an asshole. I don't know. But I think Americans were shot. And I'm not saying that it's better, but, it went from like the purpose or the intention was to round up immigrants and send them home, right? And regardless of who got shot, like, now you guys are shooting people. So that just seems wrong. Doesn't matter, American, illegal immigrant, or whatever. That just seems wrong. Let me look up just a vague basic search on ICE shootings, because I think a lot of people lost their lives this past week. I don't know why I was focused on it this week. I don't know why. The Venezuelan, I'm guessing like president or leader or something, dictator, that was, I guess, relatively big news. So it had to bleed through one of my algorithms. But I don't follow any of this other shit. Anything else, really? I don't really follow anything. It's really unfortunate that people are dying. That's really kind of all I have to say about it. It's just kind of getting crazy out there. Do I want to go down that? I'm not saying it's gonna be a dark or deep, depressing episode. It's just like I'm just kicking off this episode with that because yeah, I don't want to come off as insensitive for not bringing it up, even though I'm really not really paying attention to it. Oh, it is what it is, you guys. It is what it is. What else? Bad time for Minnesota women this week. Respectfully, one lady was shot and murdered by ICE. Forgot the lady's name. I don't know why the news seems to highlight her or something and why I'm reporting it right now. But I thought it was a coincidence that she was from Minnesota. And then in a separate story, another woman from Minnesota got attacked by a shark in the Virgin Islands. What's up with Minnesota for real, though? I got a homegirl who lives out there with her kids and her family, and I'm like, and she moved there. Like, who goes to move to places like Minnesota? I don't understand that. Versus like you're born there. So yeah, bless their hearts, rest their souls, the Minnesota women. The one that got attacked by a shark in the Virgin Islands, the reason why, like, it's just so random how that happened, like, literally around the same time, and the headline read Minnesota woman. It's like, what's going on with the, like, these, I can't get into the conspiracy. This is actually, like, conspiracy theorist season for me. If I've watched my patterns over the years, usually around January, February is when I start getting real deep into all my fucking but I think everyone should be asking these kind of questions, really deep into my conspiracy theories, but everyone should be asking these questions. And it's not really conspiracy theories if it's true. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think I have enough weed in my system to be having this conversation right now anyway. I don't know. Bad time for Minnesota women. I don't have any fun stories this week. It's crazy. Just people dying. That's all I have for the news as far as that. I'm not reporting the news. I'm just speaking on what I think about the news, and I think it's a lot of bullshit that they're trying to show us and direct our attention to so that we're not asking questions or digging for answers or think too critically or deeply. No, I don't think it's time for that. Like I said, it's still morning. This is still my morning voice. But yeah, that's just what and that's kind of always been how I felt. I don't think I've ever really fucked with the news. Like, oh, gotta watch the news, gotta listen to what they're telling us. Television. You know. I think the news is like the show. It's like a TV show. Meant to grab our attention and entertain and make us feel certain things. It's not necessarily what's actually happening in the world. And it's crazy how I'm not even affected by it. I don't watch it, and somehow everyone else is affected by it, but I'm not affected by it. And I'm like, I feel like if you just stop watching it, maybe you wouldn't be affected by it. Maybe find I don't know, do your own investigative research. It sounds like a kind of a bitch thing to say to somebody, too. I hate when someone says that, like, do your research. Do your own research. Like, I'm not a fucking journalist, okay? I don't want to have to go out and look for the news. But, yeah, people who report the news, I'm like, okay, what the fuck are they really trying to say? What emotion are they trying to have me feel right now? And why? Good morning. Good morning. We're chilling. We went on a good walk. Casually changed the subject. Went on a good walk just now. Where the fuck am I actually? Oh, I'm still at the library. That's right. We went on a walk this morning at the trail, didn't catch a sunrise. I've been up early, but I haven't really gotten moving until like just a couple hours ago. After we went for the walk, I flew my drone for the first time this year. That's good news for me. We're coming up on my 1-year anniversary of that. I flew this morning, and then I came to the library to charge my laptop so that I can record this podcast for you and for me, mostly for me. At a later time. Ugh. I don't like the vibe I get when I watch or even speak about it. Like, I'm glad I got it out the way. I've only been talking for 16 minutes, and I'm just like, all right, let's get over that. Let's get over that. Any other big news this week? Oh, I guess this is kind of bad news. Well, I don't really even... Again, this is another thing that I don't really even care about. I don't know these people. I don't know these people. None of these people are donating to my cause in any way. They're not helping my life or even care about my life. I do not care about these people. I care about them as people. Like, it is unfortunate when we lose a life, especially a life that was talented and has been around for decades and has brought happiness to millions of people over a long period of time. But I don't know him as a person, okay? He could be his wife. He could he could have been beating his wife. Founding member of the Grateful Dead, 𝘵𝗶𝘀. I'm totally saying it wrong because I don't follow the Dead. I listen to their music, but I don't follow the Dead. Listen to their music from time to time. I gotta be in a good mood to have a 45-minute guitar solo type music going on while I'm vibing. But founding member of the Grateful Dead has passed away. Bless his heart. Passed away January 10th, 2026. So a few days ago. October 16th, 1947 was his birthday in San Fran, California. My first thought when I just dropped my... Rest his soul. Guy made great music, apparently. Must have made great music. I didn't follow them. I listened to a decent amount, but not nearly as enough to claim myself to be like a Deadhead or anything like that, you know. And don't get me started on the culture of the Deadheads. But I saw that in one of these groups. Oh, it's 12:12 right now. My initial thought, and this is 𝘵𝗶𝘀, founding member of the Grateful Dead, had passed away. How did he die? Did he just die from old age? Should I just know this? My first thought was, damn, I thought that motherfucker was already dead. Real talk. Respectfully. I thought they all had already died. Honestly, after Jerry died, I didn't really care about the rest of them. And then I can't even really say that I'm really even a fan of the Grateful Dead. Their music, even the music that I do listen to when I get into those moods. Because I know that they were... Now, this wiser, older version of myself is aware that they, just like a lot of other jam bands and music, were just planted on the people by our government, by the CIA, to get us to feel and think a certain way. It's basically bullshit. It's crazy how a band that was actually promoting like anti-government in a way was actually put on us by the fucking government. So respectfully, I thought they were already dead. How did he die? How did he die? Sacrificed by Illuminati. No, just kidding. Died following treatment for cancer at 78. Oh, really, bless his heart, bless his family. I don't know. I know they were planted on us, but they did bring a lot of happiness to a lot of people over generations and decades. And so, yeah, that happened last week. That happened this past week. It's been weird energy this week. But musically, I think that was like the big one. I don't know anything else. Why am I even reporting this? Like, why do I even fucking care? I think that's a big news, though. I think that's something that a future me would want to come back and be like, yo, remember that happened. We're coming up on the big season of the year where all these, truth seekers like myself come out the woodworks with all these, connect the dots, new information type shit, and massed ceremonial energy harvesting is happening all over the world. Actually, they're all in on it. It's not funny. It's really fucking funny. It's funny, but it's not. Okay, I think that was the last bit of dark news that I wanted to. I don't really have much else of a podcast other than that. So that tells you about what's going on this first couple weeks of January, second week of January. Always starting some shit. How are we kidnapping political leaders? I just don't understand it. It's always fucking something. What are they gearing up to do right now? That's wild. This is the first year that I'm doing a podcast too during this season. I need to find my people because this shit is wild. This shit is so wild, and I'm just all out here. I'm going to Costa Rica. Casually changing the subject again. This might be a short one. Is it really? I'm going to Costa Rica in 63 days. It's getting closer and closer every fucking week. So that's happening. I don't think any new updates with that are going on. I went and got I guess the simple term, it would be a massage, but it really wasn't like your typical massage. I went and got a massage. What day was it? Last week sometime, probably Wednesday or Thursday. It was pouring rain in Sedona, beautiful Sedona. It was like pouring rain for like 2 days straight. We actually got hail on one of these days. We actually got snow and hail. Just little baby and droplets of hail, and it was like coming down. It was coming down. So it was one of those days, I think it was a Thursday, where I didn't have to work the entire day, which is rare for me. And my boss at the bed and breakfast that I work at in the daytime, she gave me a coupon for like 50% off a massage. And this lady at the massage, I don't actually want to put her out there because I don't know how people feel about it. I highly recommend, if you are aware in your body enough and you've received energy. It was sort of like an energy sort of moving session kind of thing. I know I sound all hippy dippy woo woo, but anyway, it was a 50% off deal and I had the day off, so I was like, fuck it, let me go get this this massage, quote massage. Well, it was very, she got the deep knots out, you know, she went in there deeply, but it was mostly, like I said, felt like she was just like moving energy around. I think she didn't call herself this, but I think she would be a Reiki practitioner or something like that, someone who practices Reiki. I don't remember if she identified as that or not. I don't have her card. Beautiful soul, beautiful, you know, masseuse or whatever the hell she's called, energy worker. But yeah, she was saying, I think I took notes. She was saying stuff like on my back, I had a full body massage. She was saying that your back is representing pain from your past. If you have back pains, it's coming from pain from your past. If you have pain in your front, it's coming from pains about your future. Which I thought was cool. I thought that was deep. Probably got some shit back there up in my neck area. I forgot what she said about my neck. I'm just saying that it's because I sleep in a crappy fucking cot in a van and I work 2 jobs. That's why I have back pains. But she was saying that it was something deeper than that when it came to specific spots on my back, like around my neck area and over my heart area. She was saying something like something about my past. There was also what else she said? She said there was a protection shield over me. She said that my masculine side is very has a protective shield over me, and which makes sense because she's like, oh, you probably have to be in protection mode all the time as a solo woman living in a van, you know? It got a little deep there. She said a lot of other stuff. That was the one that I remembered, though. Something with my feet. I think my left foot, my feminine foot. So something with that. It's crazy how these people they're able to move the energy, but they're not able to. But they're good at not letting the energy stick to them. I guess if you're I asked her too, and I was like, how do you not let this energy stick to you? And yeah, she was saying that she washes her hands right away. She doesn't that helps, it helps not asking specific stories. She said that she's gotten into working on people who have been grieving, for example, and they're holding on to a lot of this pain, and she doesn't even have to know the story, but she feels the energy that it makes her cry, type shit. I cried. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't cry, but not at the part you would think when she was doing the massage. I cried at the very end when she did the sort of what would it be called? The end of the ceremonial drum. It was this big ass fucking drum, and she banged it a few times over my whole body, and bro, the vibrations from this drum, it was just a big ass hand drum that she banged maybe 3 or 4 times, and the vibrations from the drum when I felt it on my body, it made me fucking cry. Just started tearing out. I was like, whoa, that shit felt good. The vibration from that drum, I don't know. And she was it's supposed to be connected to your heart. Some hippy dippy woo woo shit. So I like those kind of massages or sessions. But my thing is, I can't afford it. I would love to be able to afford $175. Respectfully, babe, I can't afford $175 every 2 weeks. But I really appreciate the work, and I felt afterward I did feel lighter, literally and figuratively. I felt lighter. She told me to weigh myself before we got started, and I lost a whole pound when we were done. And she added like what, essential oils on me and everything. She was doing like all kinds of like tinctures and stuff. She had like a CBD tincture or a cannabis tincture or something. Real life hippy dippy woo woo shit, and respect out to her. There are so many of those kind of women out here in Sedona, Arizona. So really, if you're into that kind of stuff, just go to Sedona. Somebody will find you, and you get to experience that kind of stuff. But I can see how it may not be for everyone. It's kind of alchemic. It's like, energy moving. You're moving energy. And not everyone's down with that. So I thought that was fucking nice. And I only got to pay 50% of that. Got to have a big release. A big release from the fucking drum, dude. And it made me fucking cry. Respect. Bless her heart. That was me. That was me on Thursday. That was Thursday. Yeah, I can imagine how that could feel as a Reiki person or a massage person. Like, you're helping these people heal, but who heals you? You have to self-heal, I'm assuming, right? Or yeah, who heals the healer? I'm tired. I'm always tired. Perpetually tired. Cannot wait to go to Costa Rica. Costa Rica. And my passport expires next year. So the childish, impractical, irresponsible version of myself is trying to book another flight. You guys, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. But for right now, I'm just staying low key. I'm working and hanging out with my dog and getting things in order for this trip. Isn't it funny for like people who travel a lot, like that it seems like it's more expensive to like get ready to go out of the country or go on vacation than the actual vacation itself would cost. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, it's not that it's more expensive to get ready to go on vacation. It's just that going on vacation sort of forces you to stop putting things off that you have been putting off. Like like all the things that you have to take with you on vacation. You could have got those way before you had to get them, but now you have to get these new pair of hiking shoes, or the new sunglasses or fucking the shampoo or whatever it is that you've been putting off to get. Oh, I gotta get a new memory card for my camera. I gotta get a new battery for my drone. And it's like now you're expending all this extra money all at once. Versus just getting it when you needed it. I think that's like a poor person's mistake or procrastinator, maybe both. I think I'm right there in the middle of being a procrastinated / just too poor to really just be like, okay, well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Well, now here you are at the bridge and you got a lot of other stuff that you got to get at the same time. I got to get a new drone battery. Because my one drone, I don't have to get it, but it would be nice if I got a new drone battery. My one battery only lasts for half an hour. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be in remote areas for an extended period of time, it'd be nice to have at least one backup battery. And so the other one is charging while that one is, being used, versus just having one. It just makes sense to have at least two batteries. So I didn't do that in Guyana, and there was times where I totally could have flew my drone, but my battery power wasn't good enough. So, yeah, I should have got that right when I got back from Guyana. Real talk. What fucking else is on my list? Gotta get a new pair of hiking shoes / work shoes. Walking shoes. Gotta get a new pair of walking shoes. I have a pair of hiking shoes, but they're boots. And they're steel toe. And they're heavy. And I'm not trying to carry those motherfuckers up and down really anywhere. I think I just kind of have them just to say that I have steel toe boots. Because I haven't even worn them in like months. Not unless it's like really rainy and muddy outside. They're heavy duty boots. I gotta get a new pair of regular ass walking shoes, which I could have got months ago. So it's not that it's more expensive to go out of the country. It's just that now it just forces you to like stop putting off things that you've been procrastinating on for however long. Which I think is hilarious. I think it's fucking hilarious. Like my smart glasses, I don't even create content like that anymore. For Van Life Diaries, anyone who's been watching the Van Life Diaries, you guys know that on my last like 2 times when I went out of the country, I had my Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Shout out to them because those are like the best investment that I had. You know, I probably should have invested in some insurance or a warranty or something because those motherfuckers broke like immediately after coming back from Guyana. Like they got me through Guyana and the Cayman Islands. And then they lasted a couple weeks after that, and then they were fucking broken. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think like the arm or the arm on the right side of the glasses, you know what the hell it's called. It cracked, and that was the side that like held the camera or something. Oh, it was so devastating, you guys. It was so devastating. It was like when you stand up out of with like a pipe in your pocket. Or a pipe in your lap, and then it hits the floor and it shatters. It was like it sort of felt like that. It sort of felt like my best fucking bowl just fucking shattered because I made so many memories with those fucking Meta smart glasses. The good thing is like now they're cheaper than they were 2 years ago or a year and a half. I think I got them 2 years ago. They're cheaper now, the first generation. But now that's like another pre-vacation expense that I have to do. Oh, God, it broke my heart. I made great content with that. And I'm not doing Van Life Diaries for when I go to Costa Rica to make the content. I'm just doing regular ass international fucking content. And those Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses are fucking clutch for anyone who does content. And you know, if you know, you know. And the drone and my fucking Fujifilm, my camera, the whole fucking 9. Gotta get batteries and memory cards and all this other shit. Anyway, that's my rant about that. I just dropped my vape. I'm really excited though. Still really excited. It's getting closer though. Nigga, we getting hella close. It's 63 days. 22 hours and 6 minutes. And my homegirl is coming with me. Shout out to her in Colorado. We are out here living the dream. Out here living the dream. I think that's all I wanted to talk about this week. That's all. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't have enough information on that. I do wanted to sort of backtrack on, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to backtrack on the episode I did last week, which some people liked. It performed a little bit better than the previous episode. It was the Rizz experience episode when I was talking about the guy that goes into grocery stores and basically looks for women who are looking for things on the top shelf. You guys know this guy, right? Totally forgot to look up his name again. But there's a few of them that do it. But I wanted to backtrack on that last episode because you guys know I like keeping it balanced and like as soon as I basically uploaded that episode and played it back, I like sort of realized that It's not, I'm trying to just be balanced here, okay? With situations like that where the guy smells good, looks good, he's like a giant 6'5", he's going around and looking for women who are reaching for things on the top shelf, who are next to men who are not paying attention to them or who are just letting them reach for things on the top shelf. It says a lot about the men. It says a lot about the relationship as a whole, like when what the woman then decides to do. But it also says a lot about the women as well. It says a lot about everybody. And that's all I wanted to basically clear up for my future self, or for anyone who thinks that I'm like coming down on men. I'm not coming down on men or coming down on women. Like, yes, there's like sort of a lack of masculinity going on in some situations like that, where these men aren't even standing up for their woman, or they're just like letting their woman get like flirted with by an attractive stranger. There's that. But there's also the fact that like, why does it only take like a stranger helping? Is the bar that fucking low to where like someone who's just helping her get something off the shelf is enough to like make her leave her fucking, like, disown her man? You know what I mean? So I'm saying there's a lot of fucking shit, I'm sure, that's going on in this dating world, which is why I choose to not partake in it, y'all. There's the more that I see, the less that I want to deal with any of it. And yeah, when we see situations like this, like, yeah, fuck, man, this man doesn't even care about his woman. Maybe they've had problems before. Maybe he's insecure. But then it's like, maybe she's insecure. Why is that all that it takes to get her to disown her man and swoon? What's going on really in her head and their world together and the whole thing? So, yeah, relationships, y'all, I don't know, man. I feel like you guys need... I don't know. I don't even fucking know. I've never had a successful relationship. So who the fuck am I to say what the hell y'all need to make your relationship successful? It just seems like I'm just noticing some weak spots. That's all. Just noticing some weak spots on both the male and the female. And yeah, I think we can do better as a whole. But that's all I wanted to cover on that. I don't want to get too deep into that. Because it's yeah. It's easy to blame the other person. There's probably another layer to that I'm missing as well. Like, dude who is walking around smelling good and looking for women. What is making him want to go do that in the first place too? You know, what's his motivation? I saw this other kind of group of videos where, like, I'm not going to give them credit because I think it's kind of like, it's giving really like, I'm hurt and I don't want to take responsibility for myself. But when they go around and they find these gold digger women, like these attractive men, fairly attractive men, from the looks of it, they go out and they rent a fucking car that looks like hella expensive, maybe. You don't ever see them drive it. You don't ever see these guys drive the car. They just get in the car. But they try and attract these gold digger women. I think it's cheap, y'all. Just get some therapy. Just talk to somebody. Because, like, that's not how you do it. That's not how you combat what happened to you as humiliating gold digger women. So maybe there's something in the Rizz guy. Maybe he got humiliated one day by somebody who did something just so fucking simple for his girl, and now he's gonna go back and pay it forward. I don't know. Hurt people, right? I don't know. They're still thoroughly entertaining. The Rizz videos, not the gold digger videos. Those are cheap, and you guys definitely need therapy. But the Rizz videos, maybe he needs therapy too, but I like seeing the cracks in these relationships, revealing the weak men and women. So we all could do better, right? We all could do better. I think we're going to wrap it up on that. I'm over it almost. Okay, there's one guy. Didn't get his name. Speaking of content creators, there's one guy ending it on a good note. I don't know. Maybe he's from London. I don't know where he's from, but his accent sounds like this. He goes up to people, specifically men. He has a bouquet of flowers, and he goes up to men in the street, and he gives them a bouquet of flowers. Strangers. Older men, younger men, doesn't matter. Just men who look like they would need a bouquet of flowers. And he said that, most men don't receive their flowers until their funeral. So I'm just going around and giving men some flowers. And a couple guys actually cried. I don't know if that was a positive note, because we can go in on that. But yeah, I guess I did jot it down to talk about it. Like, yeah, a couple guys actually cried when they received flowers, and it made me think, like, what could they possibly be going through in their life where a stranger giving them a bouquet of flowers just makes them instantly cry? I don't think men are, I've said this before, men don't really get the floor to be vulnerable and speak their minds, and maybe have a good cry if they need to. So those videos actually make me cry. That's probably one of those mornings where, you just need to have a good cry. And my algorithm figures that out super early when I'm watching videos like that. And it just touches my heart. There's still good people out here who care about humans and people, other people, even though they've may have been hurt themselves, I'm so glad that we ended this episode on a light note. I'm about to cry right fucking now. Because it started off kind of dark, but you guys, you walked with me through it all, and hopefully we were able to reflect. I'm going to be reflecting some more, I don't know. I'm getting the munchies too, so I'm going to go get some pizza. I have the day off, which is so rare. I wanted to go roller skating today. It is such a beautiful day, and it's only 1:45 right now. So I might go do that. I might just go up to the Cottonwood, the Cotton Hood. Was that good? Is there anything else I needed to talk about this week? I'm just out here, bro. I'm just out here. Y'all love each other. Live your life. Be good. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys next week.